welcome to my kitchen. And what you see before you is the haul from my latest visit to my dollar store. Now I have a Dollar Tree that I like to go to every couple of weeks, and here's a funny story. First of all, this is going to address some prepping topics, because I often have people ask me, I want to start a food storage or I want to start prepping, but I don't really know where to start. Well, I'm telling you right now. Oh, and there's my Spooky, and he is just a pain in the butt. He keeps getting up on this table and won't leave me alone. Starting with your food storage and your everyday things is extremely important, but as important, if not just a little more important, is your medicine cabinet or your supply for first aid. Now, I like to go to the dollar store for some things, and last night, Rick, for the last few days, Rick has been walking around complaining that his foot hurt, and he says, I need you to look at my foot because I feel like I stepped on a nail. And there's my cat can. Okay, he's settling in. So I looked at his foot last night, and sure enough, it looked like he had stepped on a nail. He said that it hurt and it was bothering him, but I couldn't find a puncture wound, so I wasn't worried about it. And Rick, because of his MS, he likes to wear Crocs because they have a cushion insole, and well, they have they're made out of rubber, but that's what he likes to wear. That's what he's most comfortable in. And he took his Croc off about an hour after I looked at his foot, and sure enough, there was like a giant thorn in his Crocs. So he had been walking on the thorn. And last night before bed, I know, this is a long story. Last night before bed, he says, can we put a big, like a 2x2 bandage and some first aid, a triple antibiotic cream on my foot? And so I'm looking, I'm like, sure, no problem. So I go in my drawer in my bedroom where I keep all of my first aid supplies, and do you know that I could not find one tube of Neosporin or antibiotic cream or anything? And that is not like me. And I usually keep on top of it, but that is just one of those things that got away from me. So today, it was time to make a trip to the dollar store. I spent $30 at the dollar store, and that means I got 30 items. What you see before you is what I got at the dollar store. But the most exciting thing is I went and they had the triple antibiotic cream, but then I happened to notice that next to it they had this. And this is Curad Silver Solution. Now, I turn it around and it says it contains, let's see, silver chloride. It also claims on the front that is your barrier to MRSA. Now, MRSA is a horrible virus that you don't want to get. And in North Carolina, MRSA has been kind of rampant in the schools. I mean, we had one school that actually had to close so that it could be disinfected because the wrestlers got MRSA. And MRSA will live on a surface for a long time, and then if you contract it, you get very, very ill. So I was very excited to see that. I actually bought 8 tubes of that, and I may go back next week and buy some more. This stuff is not going to go bad. I also bought some antifungal cream, some scar gel, which is comparable to, what is that? It's comparable to Mederma. And I only got a couple of tubes because that's probably not something I'm going to use a lot. But A&D Ointment, I'm telling you, A&D Ointment is a big deal in my house. We use it a lot. If you get chapped face or sunburn or chapped lips that are just super dry, A&D Ointment will make it go away overnight. And A&D Ointment is a brand name, but this is a vitamin A and D cream. And I will tell you, this is excellent for diaper rash. If you have a baby in the house, you should have this in the house. This is excellent for pets. If you have a pet with a hot spot, if they get a patch of dry skin where they keep scratching or biting, if you put a little A&D Ointment on there, for instance, Sissy likes, if she scratches, she's got this little tab on the end of her ear, and every time she scratches, she catches it with her toenail, and she's always got a really knobbly little scab there. So I usually put A&D Ointment on there, and it helps her a lot. Band-aids. You know, Band-Aids are not cheap. And when I can get a box of 30 bandages for $1, I think that's a really good deal. I also picked up, while I was there, I picked up 4 quart bottles of peroxide for $1 each, and 4 pint-sized bottles of rubbing alcohol for $1 each. So that is my little haul from the dollar store with respect to my first aid supplies. And now I have a bin in my bedroom where I'm going to go store these, and I also have a drawer in my bedroom where I will store some of it. But all of these things are really important, and if you went to the regular drugstore, and if you didn't shop with coupons, I know if you shop with coupons, you can sometimes get things a lot cheaper. But even if you were to just go to a regular mainstream drugstore like Rite Aid or CVS and bought their store brand, which you're not going to use a coupon on very often.
You can use coupons at a Dollar Tree?
No, you can't use coupons at the Dollar Tree. But, well, I don't know, maybe you can, but you're not going to probably find coupons for the brands that I bought at the Dollar Tree. But even so, $30 got me a lot of bang for my buck, so to speak, with respect to filling up my first aid box. Now, this isn't everything I keep in my first aid box, but some things that I saw there, I was kind of excited about. They had instant cold packs for $1. They had ankle wraps and knee wraps. They had Ace bandages for $1. They had all kinds of creams that I didn't buy everything, you know. They had aspirin. I don't know that I would personally buy oral medication at the dollar store, but in a pinch, and if you're on a budget, then I'm sure that if you kept close watch on the use-by dates, that they would probably work just fine. I would pay most attention to where those things are manufactured more than the expiration dates on them, because if they were manufactured in China, I probably wouldn't buy them. So I just wanted to share that with you. I think that preparing from a first aid perspective is so very important. And I think that for $30, you don't have to spend $30. You can budget yourself. You can say, I'm going to go to the dollar store and I'm going to spend $10. If you're going to spend $10, get 2 bottles of peroxide, 2 bottles of alcohol, a box of bandages, or 2 boxes of bandages, and you know that's $6. And then what I would do is I would get 2 tubes of the silver cream, a tube of the athlete's that antifungal cream, a tube of the scar gel, if you even need that, or just 2 tubes of the A&D ointment. That's what I would do if I only had $10 to spend at the dollar store and I really wanted to fill up my first aid box. That's what I would do. So, you know, there are times when we have more than other times, so it just depends. But when I have a little bit more, I like to go to the dollar store because it really does help me stretch my dollar. It helps me stretch my budget. And I think, you know, we oftentimes talk so much about food storage and how to rotate and what to buy and, you know, eat what you store what you eat, that kind of thing. I think that we need to spend an equal amount of time making sure that we have enough medical supplies. If you have prescription medication, you need to make sure that you have enough in the event that you're not going to have access to it for a little while. You have to think about what you're going to do. For instance, my doctor had me on prescription medication, and I researched whether or not I could find a natural alternative for that. And I learned that I could, so I started that regimen. And I'm feeling really a lot better because the particular medication that the doctor had me on is known to cause liver damage over an extended period of time. And who wants that? You know, the medicine that's supposed to help you is actually hurting some other part of you. So, you know, I think everything that we can do to be informed and learned when it comes to first aid, medical care with respect to ourselves and our individual family members, I think that's really important. And the dollar store is going to help us achieve that goal and stretch our budget in the process. So I hope that you take my advice. I hope that you go check out your dollar store, and hopefully you can find some wonderful things too. The other thing I was going to tell you too is the Dollar Tree does have a website, and you can order things online. You can have it shipped directly to your house, or you can have it shipped directly to your local store, and they will not charge you shipping if you do that. So you can order a whole bunch if you want to, and then just go pick it up when it's ready. So there you have it. That's my little haul from the dollar store for my first aid box, and I'll see ya.